One of the thoughts I had the other day on my run, and it's kind of stuck with me a little bit, is what is the person I dream of being capable of doing?
Hi, good morning.
I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have a version of myself that I think of or that I try to be. And so for me, I'm like, what is that person capable of doing, you know? Is she capable of being optimistic? Is she capable of being positive? Is she capable of being excited to live every day? Is she able to play with the cards she's dealt rather than throwing a fit? Is she able to say yes to things? Is she able to say no to certain things? Is she willing to keep trying after things fail? And fail and fail again? Is she able to create a plan and stick to it? Is she willing to work on becoming the version of herself that she wants to be? Is she able to make great, phenomenal decisions? Is she able to have great, phenomenal habits? Is she able to like herself? Like, these are all the things that I was thinking about on my run the other day, and it actually really stuck in my head. And now I've been trying to ask myself more of these questions because obviously it's me thinking of like this future version of myself, but in reality, to become that future version of myself or this like ideal version of myself, I have to just be that person, or I have to work to have those traits that I want her to have, like I want myself to have. Does that make sense? So those have kind of just been playing in my head. It is 6:30 in the morning. I've just laced up my shoes, about to head out for a little run, which I'm excited about. Clearly I'm not home either, not in rainy Seattle. Good morning. It's another training day, which means I have more thoughts. So of course I want to share both of those with you guys. I have a linear speed day, but everything is capped at 75% for now. So I think I'm also going to pair this speed day with some run. Super airy sprints today. So I'm working just a ton on technique, to be honest with you. Just spent 30 minutes on prep, and now I have 2 sets of these, but each set has 8 sprints in it with a 45-second turnaround. So it's quite quick, and I gotta go. I am sweating. Today my training thoughts are way more technical based, and I feel like I've learned lately that there is beauty in learning to be a beginner again. Everybody starts somewhere, and so at some point along the road you have to learn how to be a beginner, which means you have to learn to accept the fact that you don't actually know what you're doing, but you're willing to do it anyways. You're willing to learn, you're willing to try, and you do that, and then maybe you work up to like you're an intermediate in whatever this is, and then maybe you're advanced. I realized once you hit that advanced point, it's a lot harder almost to go back and learn to be a beginner again, because you feel like you have more to lose. Maybe whether it's like an ego thing, it's just humbling to admit to yourself that there are things that you need to go back and learn again. So for me right now, training like an athlete and training with functionality in life has always been how I've liked to do things. But in the last many months, I have realized that I think I have a lot of energy leaks and missing key points that I need to touch back on to really tune into feeling like a true athlete, which for me just means like moving quickly, being strong, feeling aware of my body, being able to do things that I could never do before and do them good. Like sprinting, walking, running, all of that stuff is like, it's innate to humans. It is like a normal thing. But to do it efficiently, I've realized like I don't do it very well. I spent some time in Australia last month studying, and I got to do a little bit of speed work, some analysis stuff, and I realized I have a lot of things that I need to work on. And so I'm doing those things now. I think there was a couple years of my life where I kind of thought like, yeah, I've made it to like this advanced point in fitness and I can do everything from there. But now I'm realizing I think it's a cool thing to step back for a bit, go back through a technical phase, tune in on things that you're actually really not good at, which sometimes those are the things we don't want to do, but they will make us a lot better at all of the things that we want to do. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I want to give you guys the reminder that it is okay, no matter where you're at, to completely relearn again. Sometimes we have to do that, and sometimes it hurts the ego, but at the end of the day, we're not going to get better if we hold ourselves back from that, right? I've made it to the final strength day of the week. Right, at the moment I have 3 strength days a week and then 2 linear speed days or some run distance stuff that I'm trying to get, so sprints and runs. Let's see if my left hip will pop. Oh! Right, when I'm opening up through this, I'm focusing on hip rotations, and I'm gonna try to open up as much as I can over here before I even lift that side. Kind of explore around, because really we're just focusing on how our hips, they're sat in the joint. When you move around, you're forcing that to move as well. Right, I took you guys through a couple training days, some training thoughts, some regular thoughts, and I feel like I just want to do like a little exit for this video. It is a new day for me, and so I'm out here in the morning journaling. I get so many questions like, hey, what are you journaling about? What are you writing about? What are you blah, 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 blah. To be honest with you, I don't often follow like prompts. I really just go with I go with what feels right in my heart, you know? Say good morning. Anyways, I kind of go with what feels right in my heart and what is like relevant in my brain at the time. And so a lot of the things I talked about in this video would have been things that I wrote about. So every day I try to pick myself and my thoughts apart a little bit more, and I try to understand myself a little bit more. And then the more I do that, the more questions I have, or the more like thought patterns I have. That is what I write about. So everything that I spoke about in this video today, those are all kind of ideas or concepts that I probably would have kind of journaled about. And then just for like a little update, because I feel like life has felt a little all over the place, and like from the viewer's side, I don't know if you guys know like where the fuck I've been. But I spent some time in Australia last month, being around really cool coaches, shadowing, picking people's brains. And then I came home for like 2 weeks. Harvey randomly just got time off of work. Parents have a house over in like the Palm Springs area, and his grandparents from the UK are in town. We have checks. I don't need to do in-person coaching until the last week of this month. Like I had some time off. So we literally got in the car and we drove down the coast to California. So that is where we are. And yeah, we'll probably head home sometime soon, but it's funny because we don't have plane tickets and we have a place to stay. So I've been working from the computer. I've been training, working on my brain. Yeah, feels like a really big blessing to get to travel, especially during like this time of the year in Seattle, because the weather is just not super, super nice, and it's really hard for me mentally. So I feel, really lucky to be able to get away. But yeah, well, bye.